All right, welcome everyone to the whole workshop situation. Obviously, it's going to be a little different this year because, with quarantine and everything, we're trying to get everything done as soon as possible instead of, you know, having the risk of doing it during school and then, with the whole quarantine situation, not knowing what the rules are. So this year is going to be a little bit different because we're doing everything virtually, and because of that, we won't have in-person workshops. So we're just going to try to film a video telling you what we can and give you as much tips as possible so that the people who want to make the team as much as possible can put in the time and have resources that they can. Because of this whole process, there are a few things that I wanted to talk about initially before we start the actual dancing, and that's tips and tricks, I guess, as a person that has made the team before, on how to film your odd tape. The tip number one would be always film your whole body. You don't want to make sure that you're just filming, waist up. You want to make sure that, you can film horizontally or vertically. It doesn't really matter too much, but make sure that you're filming your whole body while you're doing it. There are really three main components when it's dancing. It's, your lower body, your arms, the way they're moving, and then your facial expression. So if you're missing a third of that, you can really be docked when it comes to filming your odd tape. All right, tip two, do the moves exactly like we do them in, the audition tape that you're given to practice off of. There are many ways to do Bhangra, whether that's, in India they learn a certain way, in Canada they learn a certain way, and even in different regions in the United States they learn a different way to do certain moves. So it's really important to us that if you do have Bhangra experience, that you're very open to learning the way we do it and the way that we were taught by the former members of our team how to do certain moves. So say if you do have Bhangra experience, just try for this experience, try doing the moves exactly like how the person filming the odd tape is doing them. The third tip would have to be look excited. There are a few odd tapes that we got last year that I've seen where the person may have been an okay dancer, but the person did not look excited at all. They looked like they were actually not enjoying the experience. And from a person looking at that video, you're automatically turned off by the fact that they just have no facial expressions. They're not smiling. They look bored. They look depressed. So make sure that even if you're not the best dancer, even if you're not the most experienced dancer, a happy face and expressions will go a really long way. And lastly, don't get it done in the last moment. We're giving you a good amount of time to do this, and honestly does not take any more than maybe 2 hours, 3 hours tops to learn a routine when you're not experienced. So don't hold it off till the last day, because you never know how, one day you might be sick, one day you might be injured, and you're not going to be able to do it, and we're not going to give any extensions on this due deadline or anything like that. So make sure that the moment that you get an email about whether you got the odd tape that day or and something else, make sure you start learning it as soon as possible, so that even if there's a slight possibility of you getting injured in the future, or you might go on a family vacation, we are not giving any extensions on any of these. Okay, now that we've shifted to my garage and I have an open space to dance with, let's continue with the actual video that you have to send in for the audition tape. Another tip that I forgot to mention is try to dance without shoes on, because in my opinion it is easier. I'll be dancing with shoes on in this video because my garage is kind of dirty right now, but other than that, for your odd tape, try to dance without shoes. So the first move that we see going is the Faslan move for 4 beats. All right, so Faslan legs. So let's just break this down, by region. First, let's start with the legs. The legs that we call this on our team are called Faslan legs, which is pretty specific, but all you want to start off with is, so everything you do in Bhangra, you want to start off with your left leg, right? So you just want to start off, it's almost like a swaying motion back from your right sway to your left sway. So 1, 2, 3, legs is you want to make sure that when you're going back with them, that you can't see them on the camera, right? That's kind of the goal of these legs, is to make sure that you cannot see your legs folded back into your thigh. So let's do that for 4 more beats. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. Now that we have the legs down, let's go into the upper body motion. So as I said before, everything leg-wise starts with your left leg. But for the arms, you want to start off by reaching to your right, mid-region, okay? So it's 1, scoop up, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's do that again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now you add that on with the legs, it looks like 1, 2, 3, 4. It's a little bit easier, it's a little bit more easy when you're doing a little bit faster, but just because it's slowed down, it's a little bit like awkward when you're doing it. But some things to remember about the arms is that you want to make sure it's the full range of motion. So 1, 2, 3, 4. You don't want to cut it off by going like this. You want to make sure your elbows are horizontally aligned with your arms. All right, that's all you have to do. It's a little tough. All right, next 4 beats. So in the video, during the 4th beat of the Faslan, which all the names are on the left bottom side as a reference, we do something called a variation. All right, so what happens is we bring on that 4th beat, 1, 2, 3, 4. We want to bring this arm back up, keep this arm somewhat the same, and this move's called a Fumania move, right? So the legs in this, I'll demonstrate. You want to take your left leg, kick it a little bit towards the side, right? And then kind of bring up, bring up, bring up, and bring up. So 4 times, right? Because it's 4 beats. While you're doing that, you want to kind of just flick your arms out while your leg is coming up. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, right? And that's it's pretty simple. It's just about getting both your legs and your upper body to work together. It does take some time to, master, but it shouldn't be too hard. Let me demonstrate that one more time. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that's good. So you want to do that flicking out motion twice for 2 beats, and then on the 3rd and 4th beat, you want to move your legs from 1, 2, 3, 4, and then try to get as far as possible that you can with your legs, like 2, 4. While you're doing that, you want to move your arm from here and bring it out, your right hand, from here to here. So what it looks like is 1, 2, 1, 2. Alright, and that's the next 4 beats. The next 4 beats are a move called the Fugari. This move has to be expressed very, very powerfully. If you look very sad and emotionless during this move, it's really gonna show. So let's start off with the legs, all right? With the legs, you wanna make sure you're getting backwards rotation with every single leg, all right? So that looks like a little bit slowed down is 1, 2, 3, 4, all right? You wanna do that for 4 beats, and try as much as possible. It's very hard at the beginning to get that very, very, and the emphasis on the rotation in the legs, all right? If you don't, it does look a little bit awkward. With that, the arms look like 1, 2, 3, 4, right? So a little bit more faster would look 1, 2, 3, 4. And then with the legs, it looks like okay, so you do that for 4 beats, and remember, try try to be as exciting as possible. Then on the second 4 beats of this 8 beat sequence, you start off the same with the Fugari move, but then once we hit the second beat, instead of going straight down, I want to go to the sides. Right, so that looks like is slow it down is same move, hit the sides. Right, now once you hit the sides, it's again, this is a variation of a move, so this isn't really a standard Bhangra move, but to make it more exciting, we add variations. So what you do is use the same legs with the rotations for the first 2. So 1, 2, then bring your right arm, hit, hit. Okay, and with the legs with that, you just want to bring them up. They're called the malls. All right, so rotation, rotation, up. Right, so with the whole, lower legs and your body combined, it will look like 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's the second 4 beats of this 8 beat sequence. So now that we're facing to the right, we want to stay there and we want to do the legs. It's called a Punjab. So what that looks like forward, just to make it easier for you guys to see, is it's 1, 2. But because we've just spun around, we're facing this way. All right, so from here, you want to go 2 push downs, and then 1 up to here. Okay, so let's try it. So with the legs, you do the Punjab legs. 1, 2, into the next. All right, so now for the Mukni, it's a more of an advanced move, but let's just break it down arm wise, right? So what we just done is this move, 1, 2, into here. All right, so now we're here. Okay, so from here, when I go, so my left arm is up right now. My right arm is, horizontally faced and towards my chest. So we go from here to here, we kind of switch it, and we also shift our chest from just straight on to a little bit towards the side at a diagonal. So here, here, and then what you want to do, you want to take this right arm, bring it down, spin it here, and then shake. So what that looks like in a little bit faster is 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so let's just do that one more time, just so it'll fit in your brain. So we've just done this move. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then with the legs, again, it's just the malls, where you just raise your leg. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? So now that we've done the Mukni, it gets a little bit more intense, I guess, from this point on, because we're building up to the beat drop. All right, so the Mukni is 1, 2, 3, 4. With our legs, it goes 1, 2, 3, 4. Then from this spot right here, we want to spin around, right? And that's all in a beat. And then you want to push off like this. So all together, it looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, push, down. All right, that's 6 beats, and it's a little intense, but it's a build up towards the drop, so it has to be a little bit more, advanced. Now let's talk about the legs for the sequence. So we've done the malls for the Mukni, 2, 3, 4. So here, you also want to hit a Damal spinning back. So Damal, then when you're pushing backwards, you want to switch it to the original legs you did in the first move, where you're just going back, front. All right, so just for one of these beats, you go back with the legs, and then front again. So now we've reached the beat drop. So this is kind of, your rising action. Now this is the climax. This move, called the Padaka, is the same legs we used before with some of the moves. They're called the Maka legs. So 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, but with the arms, this move literally means fireworks. So what you want to do is just remember you gotta be as powerful as possible. But with the arms, what you want to do is you want to go towards the diagonal. Make sure you're making a diagonal with your arms, so it's not like this, or like this, or like this. You want to make sure it's in line. In, pull in, here. So again, so it goes in, pull in, here. So a little bit more faster, that would look like and you do that for 8 beats. 8 beats. So it goes 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So now that we finished the patakas, what you want to do is finish off strong. We do that with 2 squats, a lift up, and then 4 jumps. All right. So let me demonstrate the squats first. All you want to do with your hands, go from here to here, 2 times. So it look like 1, 2, raise up. All right, you want that to be really smooth. Again, it'll look like 1, 2, raise up. Okay, and once you're raised up, I want to go into jumps. What that look like? First, raise your right arm up, left arm to the side, horizontal. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And 4 of those, what you want to do with your legs is get really, really wide and almost fold in your legs like a triangle. Right, so what that'll look like is 1, 2, 3, 4. And to end, just kind of pose them and stand there.